The door clicked shut behind Sarah, and I froze in the kitchen, mid-stir of the pasta sauce I'd slaved over for her welcome home dinner. She was humming, actually humming, a tune I didn't recognize, her cheeks flushed like she'd just won the lottery. "Honey, I'm home," she called out, dropping her suitcase with a thud that echoed through our quiet house. But when her eyes met mine, something flickered. Not guilt, not yet. Just a split-second hesitation before she beamed wider. I forced a smile, but my gut twisted. After 10 years of marriage, I knew her smiles. This one wasn't for me. I pulled her into a hug, inhaling the scent of her hair. Lavender shampoo mixed with something new, musky and unfamiliar, like cologne that wasn't mine. "How was the conference?" I asked, keeping my voice light as I plated the food. She launched into stories about breakthrough sessions on cardiology, the networking dinners, the inspiring keynote from Dr. Ellis. Her words tumbled out fast, too fast, her hands gesturing wildly. But her phone buzzed on the counter, and she snatched it up quicker than I'd ever seen, silencing it with a casual laugh. "Just spam," she said, tucking it into her pocket. My heart skipped. Spam doesn't make you blush. That night, as we lay in bed, her body curled away from mine, I stared at the ceiling, replaying the last few months. Sarah had been distant, buried in work at the hospital, or so she said. Late nights, sudden trips. I'd chalked it up to her ambition. She was a brilliant surgeon, always chasing the next big thing. I loved that about her once. Now, it felt like a wall between us. "Missed you," I whispered, reaching for her hand. She squeezed back, but it was mechanical, like muscle memory. Sleep evaded me, suspicion gnawing like a dull ache in my chest. The next morning, while she showered, I unpacked a suitcase. Something I'd done 100 times before, a small act of love. Folded neatly at the bottom was a silk scarf I didn't recognize, deep blue with gold threading. "Gift from a colleague?" I muttered to myself, holding it up. But then a receipt slipped out. Dinner for two at a fancy Italian place in Chicago, the conference city. $250, including a bottle of wine we'd sworn off after her last health scare. My breath caught. Who was the second plate for? I shoved it back, denial flooding in. Maybe a business dinner. Colleagues network all the time. But doubt lingered, a shadow in the back of my mind. Over breakfast, I tried casual. "Sounds like you had fun. Meet anyone interesting?" She paused, fork halfway to her mouth, then smiled that too bright smile again. "Oh, tons. You know how these things are, doctors swapping war stories." Her laugh rang hollow. I nodded, but my coffee tasted bitter. The clues piled up slowly, each one a crack in the foundation of our life. Her phone, always face down now. A new necklace, a delicate silver chain with a heart pendant. When I asked, she said it was from a vendor booth, but her eyes darted away. Then the late-night texts. I'd hear the vibration at 2 a.m., see her slip out of bed to check, whispering into the glow. "Work emergency," she'd say, climbing back in. But emergencies don't make you giggle softly in the dark. Heartbreak hit in waves. I'd loved Sarah fiercely since med school, when she was the fierce resident who challenged every attending, and I was the quiet engineer supporting her dreams. We built this life together. House in the suburbs, plans for kids someday. Now, suspicion poisoned everything. Was I paranoid? Overworked myself? Maybe projecting? But no, the pieces fit too neatly. I started journaling it all, late at night in my home office, the words spilling out like blood. Why does she smell like him? Who is he? Anger simmered beneath the denial. One evening, after she claimed another hospital shift, I drove by the building. Her car wasn't there. I sat in the parking lot, fists clenched on the wheel, tears blurring the streetlights. Trust was crumbling, brick by brick. How could she? We'd vowed forever in that rainy chapel, her hand steady in mine. I needed proof. It came accidentally, or maybe fatefully, when she left her laptop open on the kitchen table, rushing out for groceries. Emails popped up, notifications from a private account I didn't know. My hands shook as I clicked. There it was, messages to Alex, a fellow doctor from the conference. Flirty at first, loved our chat over wine, then explicit. Photos. Plans for another trip. My world tilted. Alex Ellis, the keynote speaker. The inspiring one. Rage boiled over, but I waited, printing it all out, stacking the evidence like a prosecutor's file. When she came home that night, humming again, bags in hand, I was at the table, the papers spread out. "Honey, dinner's almost," she started, then stopped dead. Her face drained of color. "What's this?" "You tell me," I said, voice steady despite the storm inside. "Alex. The conference wasn't just medical, was it?" She dropped the bags, apples rolling across the floor. "Mark, it's not. I mean, it was a mistake. The stress, the distance between us." Her words faltered, eyes welling with tears. "But they weren't for me. They were for getting caught. I love you. We can fix this." Denial shattered into fury. "Love. You came home happy because of him, didn't you? While I waited here, like a fool." I stood, the chair scraping harshly. 10 years. Sarah. Gone. She reached for me, but I stepped back. "Please, Mark. It was nothing serious. Nothing." I laughed bitterly, the sound raw. "It was everything. You betrayed us." The collapse was total. She sobbed, explanations tumbling, lonely nights, his attention making her feel alive again. I saw her then, not as my villain, but as human, flawed, seeking validation in the wrong places, our marriage eroded by neglect on both sides. I'd been absent too, buried in my own work. But understanding didn't erase the pain. In the end, I packed a bag that night, leaving her amid the scattered papers. "Realize this," I said at the door, voice breaking. "You didn't just cheat. You killed what we were." Driving away, heartbreak clawed at my chest, but beneath it, a fragile resolve. Trust might rebuild elsewhere, someday. For now, the road ahead was empty, forcing me to confront the ruins. And maybe, just maybe, find myself in them. As the city lights blurred past, I wondered if she'd ever truly understand the depth of what she'd lost. Or if I had.